What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Wakefield FC Road to Glory mode, where we checked off last time. We just finished up the January transfer window, and we're still in a good position to get ourselves promoted into League One. There's still tons of work left to do, but we'll go take a look at the league table right now. Let's go check it out. So as we can see here, we're still in third place, got a 3-point lead. Above Stockport, who are in the first playoff spot, and we're only 3 points back of Gillingham for first place overall in League Two. They did thrash us in the last video 4-0, so maybe we'll get another chance. I'm not sure if we play them again this season, but it would feel nice to get a little bit of revenge against them and hurt their chances of finishing first and make it a big boost to ours to at least gain automatic promotion. And in helping us gain automatic promotion, we are gonna next go to the youth academy, and it's looking like it's finally time to promote our second youth player of the season. So let's go check that out. So we've been talking about this man for basically the entire series so far. I mean, this is only the third episode, but still, he's been the talking point of the youth academy this entire playthrough so far. And because I felt the formation that we're doing right now, the 5-2-3, feeling a bit stale, I think we're going to change things up a bit, just a bit, and go to a 5-3-2, and we're going to have Nilos Kaya, I think, play a big part in that. So let's go ahead and promote him to the senior team. So here's the new team sheet. Like I mentioned, we're going to do the 5-3-2, and for now we're going to have Osborne there. We see Viper, the loanee, who joined our team in the January transfer window. He's going to be up top along with Morgan. I'm going to see he's been struggling in front of goal, so we'll see how he does. Maybe the change of formation will help him out. But as you can see, here are our two youth players who've been promoted to the first team, in Kaya and Ibrahim. And I think I wouldn't be shocked if Kaya made his way into the starting 11 before you know it. But for now, he'll stick on the bench. Barker, because of that change, is the other man who's been pushed to the bench. He's been playing really well, but it's just that the 54 overall, he's starting to drop very quickly. He's 33, but we'll see. He'll be one of the first options off the bench as well. So we'll see how things are looking. We'll go take a look at the calendar now to see the last few remaining games that we have this season. So taking a look here in February, we have 5 games, 3 home, 2 away. I think Crawley Town, there's a big one. We'll see. And then in March is another 5 games, and obviously I think we're gonna go ahead and try to get a played win against our big rivals, Bradford City. So we'll play 2 games from these 10, and then come check to see where we are in the league table, because after that in April we have 6 games there, and then one final one in May. So I think that's what we'll do right now. We'll go ahead and play two of these 10 from February and March. We'll come back to the main screen here for a quick check, and I've done a little bit of scouting and found some players whose contracts are coming to an end, so hopefully we can sign them to a pre-contract agreement. We get one of those per season, so we'll hopefully choose wisely there and grab one of those 3 if we have the funds remaining for it. But for now, we'll jump into the highlights, and hopefully we can get some big results from the Sims as well. So first up, we had the absolutely huge game against Northampton. When we finally got to this game in the sim, it was actually first place versus second place, with Wakefield sitting in second place. This game did not get off to a good start for Wakefield, as less than 4 minutes in, Pinnock would time a bouncing ball very nicely and blast it past Nyland to make it 1-0 to the home side. Wakefield would have a quick answer, as Carney and Sari would play a quick 1-2, and then Sari would leave this ball up for the new signing Viper, who blasts the header past the Northampton keeper to make it 1-1. Into the 38th minute, there'd be a corner kick for Northampton, and after they pass the ball in very close quarters inside the box, it would be, I believe it was Bowman who puts it past
Nyland to make it 2-1 to Northampton, giving them the lead again. Things would go from bad to worse in the first half after giving up the late goal there. This challenge that wasn't even called as a foul on Carney Chukwuemeka would see the youngster forced to be subbed off. That was terrible news, and we'll check that later. In the second half, it was still 2-1. And into the 54th minute, there'd be another good chance for Northampton, but a fantastic sliding challenge by Taylor took away the chance for Northampton. Into the dying minutes of the game, this would be the last chance for Wakefield, and after the ball would be played around in the Northampton box, it just seems that there was never a good shooting chance, and Wakefield would turn the ball over, and that would realistically be the last chance of the game for Wakefield, as they couldn't put anything else together, and we would fall 2-1 to the league leaders. There wouldn't be much time to dwell on that as we played the immediately next game, which was a huge game against our bitter rivals, Bradford City. So the loss to Northampton did sting, but a win here would go a long way. And just to show, I don't know what's going on with FIFA here, but that ridiculous challenge from behind was not even given a yellow. That got game straight through the back. But anyways, off a quick counter here with great quick ball movement, saw Ribajer in all alone on goal. Odasuna did his best to catch up to the youngster, but it wasn't enough, and the German fired his shot past the Bradford City keeper to make it 1-0. It would stay that way into the second half, and just about 10 minutes after the restart, there'd be a great chance here for Bradford, but the shot just goes wide. Wakefield would try to make it 2 with less than 10 minutes to go, as McGee found himself in a bit of space at the byline, and is driven across, catches Viper, and his headed attempt, maybe off the chest, goes over the crossbar. But thankfully that chance wouldn't matter, as it is Wakefield who were able to bounce back against that game after Northampton and get a big win against the rivals.
So before even looking at where we are in the table, it's actually terrible news for Carney Chukwuemeka, as he suffered a huge injury that will see him out 7 months. It's such a blow to, maybe he's not the best rated player in the team, but when I'm playing, he's easily the guy who pulls all the strings in the midfield. So that'll be a big loss. But anyways, let's see where we are now in the table after those 10 games. So taking a look at the standings now, we are still hanging on to that third and final automatic promotion spot. That loss to Northampton definitely hurt the chances at first place, but as you can see there, we're 4 points back of first now, but Northampton do have an extra game in hand on us, and we have a 2-point lead, so the margin has gotten even lower than what it was when we started this video. So we'll have to watch out, and hopefully we can get some good results from the rest of the sim games. There's 7 games left, 8 for Northampton, and we just gotta make sure we're able to bring this home. Before we go check the rest of the games on the calendar, I've singled out 3 players here who I've found who we can touch Sundgren, even though he's the best of the 4, because he's a free agent right now. We've already made our 2 free agent signings for the season. Again, if you haven't checked already, in the description below will be the little added set of rules that I use to make the career mode a bit more difficult, keep it a bit more fresh. So the rules for the career mode are in the description. So I have these 3 guys here, and I'm gonna go with I'm gonna try to get Gideon Jung first, because we'll just we'll add another German to the team, so it's a bit realistic, as the coach himself, Klose, is German, and as well as we apparently have a really great connection going with Firth right now in the second league of Germany. So we'll try to get him. I think it's gonna be at the top of our budget for what we can offer him for signing bonus and whatnot, but let's go for it. 28 years old, and the reason why I'm choosing him initially over Ennis, even though Ennis has better strength and physical stats, and he's 6'5", so he'd be a nightmare to deal with in the box. But it says that Gideon Jung here could also play center defensive midfield, and with the team that has a very big lack of depth already. That could help for someone who plays who can play both positions. So I'll give him crucial because being a 68, I think he'll be our third best player. So I think he'll accept that. Contract length 2 years. That's fine. Let's check it out. No release clause. That's good. And it turns out we have a bit more money than I actually thought. So this, I don't think this should be a problem. He's currently making just under 4. They said in between. I think the suggestion was in between 6 and 9. So let's go 6, and then for a signing bonus 60. Let's see what he says. I hope that that's good enough, or at least have them counter. That's a reasonable offer, and that's a huge get for Wakefield FC. As another 68 rated player, help out defensively back there, as we saw in the Northampton game. That was a disaster. So increasing the back line, this is a good sign for Wakefield. And we're gonna take a quick look here. It's 0 free transfer. That can't be a bad rating, and of course we've got an excellent deal. It was free, so you'd expect that, right? So perfect, yeah. So 68, when he does arrive, he'll definitely move right into the starting 11, that's for sure. So these guys I'll keep here because, again, we can only do the one pre-contract signing. I'll keep here just as a heads up. If they do become free agents next season, they might be interesting players to look at. And before we jump into the second half of the highlight package, so as you can see there, very back and forth month, win loss, win loss. So thankfully it's enough to see us through to third place still. And for games, I think we're gonna have to play the Stockport County game. They're the team right behind us, so hopefully we can get a big sim win against Newport, a big win on the road against Stockport, because I'm not sure if this is an actual thing, but I like the sim seems to give us more luck when we're simming home games. I guess that makes sense because it gives a little added crowd bonus, if you will. So playing them away might be the better option. And then the final game, so I think we'll do that. We'll play Stockport and Harrogate, and hopefully it'll be enough to push us into that automatic promotion zone, which we are right now. And then worst case, it's not impossible, but I don't think it's likely that we slip out at least of a playoff spot. So after these last 7 games, we should at least been qualified for the playoffs. But again, we're hoping for that automatic promotion. Let's jump into the highlights.
So as we mentioned, it would be the Stockport game that we're going to check out first. As we just covered, is a massive game, as it was Stockport County who was just one position behind Wakefield coming to this game. Wakefield got off to a great start as Kaya would play a great through ball for Jamie Osborne, who would beat his man with a great first touch and then put the ball past the Stockport keeper, making it 1-0 for the visitors under 10 minutes into this one. Wakefield tried to double their advantage only 5 minutes later when the ball came to Sidney Rybaker, but a great save by the keeper kept his squad in it, and the score 1-0. Stockport's best chance of the first half came right before, as Madden was played in, but his shot went just wide of the post, meaning this one in the second half started at 1-0 Wakefield. Stockport again would have a good chance. It's Madden who cuts the ball in. Wakefield had a chance to clear, but it didn't work well, and it would come to Collar, who had a strike just at the edge of the area. It took a deflection. Nyland made the save, and then was able to get up and grab the loose ball as well. Great keeping there. And with just under 15 minutes to go, ball played in close quarter, came the Viper again, and he just smashes the ball past the Stockport keeper, making it 2-0 and essentially sealing this one, as it was an absolutely huge victory for Wakefield as they go into Stockport County, get a big one. Miroslav Klose delivers a massive result, and that would go a huge way into gaining automatic promotion. Because up next, we're going to jump to the final game in the season, a home game against Harrogate Town, and we had something to play for here. There was a chance, a small chance, that we go ahead and could win the league, but we need everything to go in our favor. But at first things first, we had to win this game. As you can see that we're in third, Harrogate were in last place. But this game did get off to a good start, as the ball would eventually find to Jackson Knight, the right wing back who's been playing in place of Carney Chukwuemeka, gets his first goal of the season, and a great time for that. 1-0 Wakefield. Just after the half-an-hour mark, our American signing Green would chip the ball up, and it's Viper again who's showing he's just so dominant in the air. Scores his third in-game goal for Wakefield, and that made it 2-0. Harrogate Town's best chance here came right before the half, where there was a shot that Nyland got a foot to and pushed it off the post, and it came to nothing. It's 2-0 going to the second half. Green here again would play in Kaya. Does he have his first in-game goal? He does, but unfortunately he's just very, very nearly offside, and the goal is ruled out for the 16-year-old. With just over 10 minutes to go, Harrogate Town looked for the corner to score off a header, but it's well cleared. Osborne is going to try to break away here, and he steals the ball back, and then this challenge in from behind. He was now the last defender back, and it was the first red card we've seen so far in this road to glory. And basically, right after the restart here, Kai would play the ball to Gavin Baker, who cuts it back to Viper, who finds Sterry in the area, whose shot is saved at first attempt, but he gets his first goal of the season, as well as the right wing backs here play a huge part in this final game of the season that sees Wakefield victorious 3-0 in the final game of the season, and we'll see how if that was enough to win the league in the final days.
So as the season comes to a close, it was a very, very good last month of the season where we won 4, I believe, and drew 2 of them. And that was enough because you saw the win against Stockport, which was huge as we distanced ourselves from them. And then when it came time to play Mansfield Town, we actually got a draw, which halted their progress where it was. And then we took care of Harrogate Town there in the last game, as you saw, with the best performance of the season. Going into that last day, we had a chance if all results really went our way. And as you can see, they didn't. Gillingham took advantage of their game. They won, and then so did Northampton. And they still have a game to go. So a draw, and any type of even or positive result on Northampton will be the champions. But what we can confirm is that Wakefield FC have earned automatic promotion to League One next season. What we'll do right now is we'll take a quick look at our squad hub and see how the team did. Sorry, actually, before the squad hub, there was Roman Barlow was sold to a team I don't know where they play, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. And we made £250,000, which wasn't added to our budget. I don't know where it went because we still only have 80,000 to spend. I thought I'd use that and try to get a second scout, but apparently not. But in any case, Barlow wasn't really playing for us at all because when he was one of the better players on the team, we weren't using a center attacking midfielder. That could have been on me. Maybe we had a really good player. I just never given the chance. And then as soon as Kaya came in, the kid's been flying and Barlow was of no use. So we tried to get some extra funds for him, and for some reason it's not working for the budget. But he was sold. So we'll go quickly go over to the squad hub, and let's take a look at some of the stats for the season. Orion Nyland played 50 games this season. I mean, I think he played every single game that we had except for the couple of the Papa John Trophy games, which is amazing. I guess that's why he's the captain. 16 clean sheets, so pretty good there. Who led the way in goals? It was Billy Morgan, so I guess he was much better in Sims than he was playing for me, because I think we only scored 1 goal with him the whole way. Jamie Osborne, Gavin Baker. Baker's on the way out, I believe. Carney's injured here. It's tough. Nelson Viper played really well for us. Unfortunately, we have literally no budget right now to try to get these guys on permanent deals. As we can see there, Sydney Rebiger, he was huge when Carney went down. He's been +5. He's a 67 now, so it'd be really nice if he was able to stay with the club. But I don't think we'll have a choice, and he'll be going back. We will be getting his teammate Gideon Jung over on the pre signed contract, so that's good. And assists who led the way, that's insane. Nilos Kaya only came in the final third of the season, and he led the way with 7 assists. Look, you can see there +12, already a 64. I really hope no big teams come knocking next season, because I think he'll play a big part if we don't get any offers from Premier League clubs. So I'll quickly jump over to the league's top scorers, and it was Mandrin from Gillingham, who had 20 goals, so that's pretty impressive. Top assist was Mandrin. I mean, I feel we have the player of the season here playing for Gillingham, that's for sure. Your top goal scorer and top assist man, that's pretty impressive. And clean sheets, Nyland just missed out on the Northampton keeper's record of 18 clean sheets. Nyland had 14. But again, huge. He played huge parts for us in getting a ton of extra points with the amount of saves he made. And last thing we'll do right here for before we complete season 1 is we'll take a quick look at the board objectives. And youth development, we hit both Kaya and Ibrahim did the long-term qualification, and then we signed a couple guys. We'll do one more thing. We'll check the youth squad after this, because I signed a couple guys that were just to fill up that goalkeeper, defender, midfield, forward obligation. But we actually may have found another diamond in the rough, so we'll go check that out in a sec. Brand exposure, we signed the left back from the MLS to go ahead and complete that. Who we gave him his only start of the season in that last game, and he played pretty well, so that was good. Continental success, we had nothing. Domestic success, we're gonna complete both of those as soon as we sim to the end of the month. We won't see that, but obviously we will get that. And long term is within 2 seasons, so 1 season remaining. We'll see. We've only promoted 2 guys. We can only promote 2 guys, and we have the option of promoting 2 more next season. So we'll see. I'm not sure if we'll be able to get this one unless Kaya shoots up 10 overall points in the first half of next season, and then someone comes in with a big offer. We'll see. But so I think as you can see in that top left corner, Wakefield are pretty happy with Miroslav Klosa's performance so far. All right, here we go. As promised, there was a couple guys signed here. As you can see, Carter Fisher has been added, Roman Knight's been added, and over here, Ollie Blake. So he's 47 overall rated. Obviously, we love to see that potential of 74 to 94, but we'll go a little deeper and check the development plan, because he's 47 overall rated as a left back. But look at the shooting stat. Everything is, except for penalties, is in the 60s. I have this guy getting ready to be switched over to a striker, and he's 5'8", which is probably not what you want from your striker, but at the same time, he has pretty good pace. We can maybe have him be a speedy striker, but already having those finishing at 62, attacking position 63, shot power 68, a lot of the stuff that the attributes that a striker will need. I think this guy has the possibility of, when he completes his move to striker, shoots up like at least in between 5 to 10 overall points. So we could have our first promoted youth player for next season already ready to go right now in Ollie Blake. So that's what we're going to call it for season 1. I mean, it's pretty much gone as well as it could have. I mean, it would have been nice to be able to rally back and grab our first trophy, but hey, automatic promotion, going to League 1. It would have been really frustrating to been in those automatic promotion spots all season and still have to go to the playoffs, but we held on to spot 3 and we're gaining automatic promotion, so that is absolutely huge. If you haven't already, please leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, leave comments down below of what players you think I should go after next season. What do you think about the rules I've instilled? Do you instill your own rules? Would you like to see any extra rules installed? The comments always help as well. And as always, thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next episode and our first trip to League One coming soon.